Use this one verse to get rid of any demon harassing you. I was spending a summer in Pristina, Kosovo. It's a Muslim country. I get to my room, and in my room is a verse on the wall. Not so the wicked, they are like chaff that blows in the wind. I looked at that verse and I said, that's kind of a funny choice to put on the wall. Immediately, Holy Spirit rebuked me. He said, pay attention. I'll read it again. Not so the wicked, they're like chaff that blows in the wind. The Muslims in the area were finishing their call to prayer, and the mosque was actually right next to the home I was staying in. I knew that the gifts and callings of God are irrevocable, and they were using their beautiful gifts to make those prayers. There was a beauty to it. But one night, the prayers were strange. The call to prayer ended. I rolled over in my bed, started going to sleep. It was hot because it was summer, so I had the window cracked open. And I was on a second story, so there wasn't anybody else there. And then in came this being through the window. I knew it wasn't a local because this thing was levitating off the ground. And it was wearing a burqa, face covered and flowing in robes. It started floating towards me, and immediately I was filled with so much fear because this thing was real. It wasn't in my imagination. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't think of what to pray. I was just frozen in my bed. And I knew it was a religious spirit because of what it was wearing, the burqa. So it started floating towards my bed. And Holy Spirit spoke to me. He said, remember the verse on the wall. And I said, not so the wicked. They are like chaff that blows in the wind. Only I didn't say it like that. I said it in a whisper. Not so the wicked. They're like chaff that blows in the wind. And immediately, a supernatural gust blew through the room. I knew it was supernatural because the window was open, and wind blows in. It doesn't blow out. A wind came from my bed and blew towards the window, and it blew this being, this dark spirit, out of the room so far away that there was no chance. It didn't even put up a fight. There was nothing it could do. Not so the wicked. They're like chaff that blows in the wind. And boom! It flew from my presence. That devil never stood a chance.